I think first of all, when I arrived here, we did not have a PR team. First question was why? Why didn't we have one? And I think there were a number of different reasons of why. None of it was correct. None of the reasons were correct. And to think about the importance of creating publicity, handling positive publicity as well as handling negative publicity, it was very, very odd that a company like Ocean Park did not have a PR team. We did put a team together, albeit at that time very, very low-key, if you may, and wanting to see how the publicity would work and then how it would grow. I can tell you without any hesitation that where we are today, a lot of the credit has to go to the publicity that we have created over the years. So it has changed the company dramatically, and without any question, it is one of the reasons why we are as successful as we are today. I think as we were starting to promote ourselves more and more in the marketplace, the one thing we did realize was that most of our communication was very one-sided. It was we actually going out and telling the audience about this and about that, and we weren't listening, and I felt that we were missing a very integral part of good marketing, a good selling, by not listening to what the public was in fact saying. So we wanted to change that and said, instead of really talking to the customer or to the audience, being very one way, we wanted to try to interact more, engage more, and to listen to what they were saying. You know, as a young salesman many years ago, I was told, you know, if you give the customer what he wants, chances are he's going to buy. But you won't know what he wants if you don't ask and if you don't listen. So this desire to want to talk with the audience as opposed to talking to the audience came about probably in the around 2004, 2005 time period, and we've never gone back. We've never looked back, and we want to continue our communication being as much two-way as possible, and being able to really make sure that one, we hear what they're saying and we give them what they're asking for. Well, one of the things we started to do when this idea came about and we wanted to develop this concept more and more was, in fact, in all of our communication pieces, and whether it was publicity related or in fact advertising related, we made sure actually that the message was involving a response. In other words, we would somehow be able to solicit a response from the audience. One of the classics, which started this whole program, one of the classics was creating a contest. We actually did a 15-second TV ad where we actually asked a question. In other words, forcing the answer or encouraging an answer. And this question was animal related, which again, we're an animal-oriented park. And so we asked a question about an animal, and we see if the audience had an answer. It didn't matter whether they had an answer or they didn't have an answer. It mattered that they actually responded back. And they got a big kick out of it. It was a very successful campaign, and a very simple 15-second ad that solicited a response from the audience. And since then, everything that we've done, we've tried to focus on how to get the response.